You got a sommelier over there, man?
Yeah, hey, that's my sommelier. I just,
Oh, what up? What up, sis?
like people, like, listen, people don't know how much of family we really are. Like they look at the Banana Boat crew and think that's family. Like we go way beyond that. We go like Gab is your sister. Like, you know what I'm saying? La's my sister.
Nah,
Like,
that's family. That's it. It goes so deep that I'm gonna be honest with you. Gab was on the banana boat.
I know. You weren't even on the
I
Banana Boat.
wasn't even on the banana boat. It was Gab that was on there.
Right. I've been trying to tell people, man, but they don't want to listen, man.
Yo, you want to say what's up to the live?
Nah.
We were just bidding you up.
Nah.
You want to get your followers on TikTok? I'm telling you.
Okay.
Get over here. Get over here.
No.
Get over here.
What up to your aunt, bro?
Tell Mr. Wade I said
Yo,
hi.
D said what up?
What's up, Mr. Wade?
What's up, Mr. Wade?
Look at this. The way.
Mel, in your own words, please tell the story of when we were in the Bahamas and it didn't look like you were gonna make it.
Yo, oh, you just brought my back on that. Oh,
From your words,
oh.
like inside your body when that.
Yo, that got me sweating right now. Think about that. D, where you was at, first of all? You didn't even come help me out.
When? What are you talking about?
I'm gonna tell you the story right now. We jumped off the boat.
Oh, I wasn't getting off.
We jumped off the boat in the Bahamas. We went, everybody swam to the little grotto over there underneath. Then we came out. All of y'all went to the boat, and it was my fault though, because I'm still trying to see the last little bit of the barracuda snorkeling and all that. So it was my fault. Then I look up. The current is taking me in the middle of the ocean, like opposite from the boat.
We couldn't see you.
I know. And it was windy. It was all type was going on through my head. I'm gonna be honest with you. Then I look up at the boat and I see Braun jumps off the boat like he's MacGyver.
No, like that commercial that he had, the Lebrons, like
Yes, exactly. He jumped off the boat into the water. He was bringing me back with one arm. He's swimming with the other arm, and he carrying me in one arm.
I told people this story before. I said, listen, I've seen LeBron do a lot of amazing things on the court.
That was special.
On the court, when he went and saved Melo life.
He saved my life. I can't hold you. He saved my life. Yo, Bron, I appreciate that, because you saved my life that day.
Yeah, shout out.
Them little flippers wasn't working for me.
Yo, Mel, I don't know if I know you remember now. So think about it. I wasn't getting in the water.
You ain't want to jump in with us.
So you remember when we went to the cave, and then everybody was going under. You had to go underneath the current to go into that cave.
Yeah, you wasn't rocking with that. Nah, you wasn't rocking with that.
Gotta go, bro. Like, we out here, we're in the middle of the ocean. We this, we that. We gotta go. Like, you talked me into jumping in that water. I didn't want to go.
And see, I talked you into jumping in the water. Then look what happened to me. I almost ended up on the other side of the island over there.
I said you're metric. Yeah, facts.
That was a special time, bro.
What else can we cover on here? And this is good, dog. All right, listen, man, bro. So before you signed with Houston, I wanted you to go to Portland.
Yeah, you did.
Go to Houston. You remember when we went to that dinner? I was like, Mel, I don't like it.
Yeah, you did. No, you're right. I mean, listen. You did. It was you. It was three people. You, my wife, and my son was telling me go to Portland. My wife was telling me go to Portland for 4 years. I'm like, yo, how you just want me to just pick up and just leave? Like, I'm under contract over here. What you want me to do? But that's been like, she's been telling me that for the longest. You too, though. That last meeting, you told me like, yo.
Oh, I didn't like you in Houston, and it wasn't because obviously CP was there and like James there. Portland.
Absolutely, I totally agree with that. And I'd like from here on out until the end of my time, like Portland will always hold a special place to me. Like for them to open this up to me, like not even the organization, the city, like open up the city to me and make me feel wanted like that. Like that's big, that's major. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. If it wasn't for me going to Houston,
yeah,
my whole like perspective on things would have been totally different.
Facts.
Like right now, like that situation, even though it was bad, it was just more of eye opening for me. Like
Right.
it made me sit still for a minute. It made me like go dig in my literature. It made me like really figure out what I like life. And any other time we don't get time to figure out life like that until after everything is done. I was able to figure out life in the midst of the turmoil. Like people don't get that often at all.
Right.
So to be in the game, step out the game, get a chance to reevaluate and then restructure, and then come back into the game with a different mindset, a different perspective.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
Nobody gets a chance to do that. But yeah, like, we can get back to it. What you were saying?
Before we get, Lisa just hit the. I just saw a comment from Lisa. She said, "Tell the people how we met." Other people probably heard how we met, but you know what? They might haven't. They heard a lot about me and Brian, but they haven't heard a lot about our relationship and how our
our friendship, our relationship goes back 2003, right? In Final Four in New Orleans. Like that's how far we go back.
Yep.
Seeing you walk around in New Orleans, me out there not knowing who you were, but I knew who you were as far as your game, and you had just came off that game against Kentucky, so everything was at an all-time height.
So
then I think y'all lost on purpose, so y'all ain't have to match up with Syracuse.
Hold on, so Bourbon Street, and
yeah, we was on Bourbon Street.
In the Final Four, and we were hanging out on the street, and we ran into each other. It was the first time we actually met.
That was the first time we actually met, and it was just something there. Like it was an energy there that I'm like, oh, all right, this dude. He's first of all, he's nice on the court, but first of all, your energy was different. You know what I'm saying? So I think over the years we just grew on that, and our friendship has went from like being friends, but not talking as much to talking a couple times a week now. Like and then families is involved. We got mutual interests off the court. Our game speak for itself. What you did on the court speak for yourself. But I like it more now because it's nothing to do with actual basketball. Like it's just more. We brothers, we friends, we family. Like it's life, it's experiences, it's energy that that you just can't destroy that type of energy.
Facts. I tell a lot of people the first time that I was introduced as a basketball player from afar was actually your first. I told you this recently, was actually your first game in Madison Square Garden versus Cancer tournament that we both were in, and I watched you from the stands, and I think you had a light 30. You hit a light.
We lost too, though. We lost to Memphis, man. I was sick.
Yeah, well, y'all lost to Memphis.
We lost to Memphis. Yeah.
Was that was DeJuan Wagner on that team?
No, he had just went to Cleveland.
Oh, he left the year before.
Yeah.
He left in 2002. You were year before us. But I remember sitting there watching, and I was like, this little chubby dude is nice.
That was that New York pizza, man. That's what that was back then.
But I remember before that, I never really thought like LeBron in high school. So I really didn't know a lot about LeBron from a high school standpoint. So I remember leaving that game, watching you play, and I was like, yo, that's the #1 pick in the draft.
Right.
I walked out of there, I said, oh, he had a light 30 on them, and it was like effortless, and you was smooth. I was like, that's the #1 pick in the draft.
Right.
That in my mind. Now, not knowing about Brian and definitely not knowing about Darko.
Who?
The guy that went #2 ahead of you.
Oh, your phone broke up when you was saying that.
Who went #2?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. I'm following, champ. I'm following.
Let me tell you, look, we all over the place. Let me tell you something else. So I went to do my workout. I went to work out with Denver, and I knew they had the 3rd pick, and I knew that the talk was that Denver would get Melo because Detroit was talking about taking Darko. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I remember going to there and working out up in Denver. I couldn't breathe through the entire workout. And I remember asking Kiki Vandeweghe, who was there at the time, I remember asking Kiki, why in the hell y'all bring me in? Like, y'all know y'all.
They probably didn't even know.
But he was like, he was real with me, though, Mel. He was like, for insurance purposes, like, if Detroit end up changing their mind last second and taking Melo, then we want to be able to, you know, evaluate you. So that's the only reason I worked out for Denver. It wasn't because anything else, just in case Detroit messed up the draft and went, well, took you.
They messed up the draft.
I know they did, but
All right.
because I went to Miami at 5.
So I mean, but listen to that story. Everything all played out the way it was supposed to play out. When you look back at it, like no matter how much we look at the way that the draft was or who went where, like it all played out to what it was supposed to be, right? You ended up in Miami. Now look at you. You know what I mean? That's your home. Bron ended up in Cleveland. He did what he did. Like I ended up in Denver. I was doing what I was doing. Like everything that we've done or we've went through has all played out for us in some way, shape, or form throughout our life, especially now. I don't know what I would have been if I would have went to Detroit. I know I'd have had maybe 2 or 3 rings.
I had 2. Definitely had.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't know how everything else would have played out after that throughout my career. So
Right. So let me ask you though. So and I know people ask this question, like, when did you really know? Like, what age were you when you was pro?
Honestly, I didn't know until like I was in Syracuse, and I didn't even know then.
Really?
I didn't even know. Like high school, when I went to Oak Hill, they was just like, "Oh, you got a chance to come out of high school." I'm like, I'm not coming out. I'm not ready for no NBA coming out of high school. I'm not doing that. To go get drafted 20-something, I'm not that. Like I wouldn't have did that back then. I wanted to go to school. My mom kept saying, "Go to school, go to school." Like I just want you to finish. So that was my mindset. So when I got to Syracuse, it was like, man, I'm just gonna have fun. I'm enjoy it. I'm gonna just have fun. Yeah, we want to win a national championship, but we don't know if we're gonna win a national championship. Like the odds of us winning a national championship that year was very low.
Right, very.
And so it was just like once we started playing in the tournament and we won, we got to the Final Four, and I'm like, no, if we lose this Final Four, I'm coming back. Like there's no thoughts about that. I'm coming back.
Right.
And then we wound up winning, and then I get back to school, and Boeheim is like, yo, I don't want to see you on this campus no more. Pack your bags and get on out of here. I ain't really had that many bags up there anyway, but that's what he told me.
That's crazy. I see it. I would have thought, right? I would have thought that you knew back in Oak Hill. Like I would have thought you knew.
Nah, I wasn't even thinking about the NBA. I wasn't even thinking about the NBA. I wasn't even thinking about Oak Hill, to be honest with you. I was in Baltimore. It was just like, man, I just want to get out of here. I want to go to school. That's it. NBA's, I wasn't even thinking about the NBA.
Wow.
It was too far-fetched. Like nobody, like the percentages of people coming out of Baltimore making it to the NBA was slim to none.
Right.
So I was like, I'm not. There's no chance of me making it. I just want let me go to school, let me do what I do, and figure it out from there.
Right. So my coach, Coach Tom Crean, we watched y'all game. We watched the finals game. He made us come and watch.
Even though y'all lost?
Even though we lost, we stayed. We had to come to the national championship game, right? I promise you, after watching y'all win, I was like, I'm coming back.
Nah, but that's what college, that's what it do to you. That's what it does to you. And March Madness do that to you.
Then they played, you know, at the end of after y'all win and y'all celebrate, and I'm hating like a motherfucker, dog. I ain't even lie. I'm like, this freshman come in, he win a national championship. Like, man.
We have 4 freshmen.
Yeah, dude, I was hot. Like I was doing. Like, I feel like I paid my, you know what I'm saying, my dues. they come in national championship. You know.
Everything had to work accordingly, though, man. Everything was stacked up the right way that year.
All right, so peep this, right? So I watched you win a national championship in college when I was
right.
You watched me win a championship in 2006, like third year NBA. What were your feelings on that when I won that?
What the? Like that's what I'm like, yo, come on, they won it already. I was just like, yo, he done. Like he's set. Like he's set for the rest of his career. Like it is what it is. Like you did it already. Third year in, you're set for the whole time. Like anything else that you do from here is a plus. Right. Like that's what my mindset was. I'm like, word, that's what it was. Because then I started going back to me, and this was at the time when you won. This was at the time I was still salty about the Detroit situation. So I'm like, damn, I could have been the first one.
But they
So
won rookie year.
they won that year. So I'm like, oh, I could have been the first one. Like, yeah, like
Do it.
that's what I was thinking about. I was happy for you, but I'm like, he the first one that won. Yeah, it's gonna be hard for us out here.
Yo, so look, I win, right? I win the championship, and I swear, I think like a week later, remember Brian did his bike-a-thon that we all would go to.
Yeah, we went down there, yeah.
So we went down there a week later, and I remember I remember knowing that y'all. I remember knowing how talented y'all was, and I'm like, they're gonna get there. I'm just so happy that I got there first.
You did. No, you did it, man. And like coaches will always tell you, like old school coaches be like, man, they'll tell you take advantage of this opportunity if you get a chance to even get there, because they're like, man, you ain't no telling when you're gonna get back. You might not get back at all. There's no telling. Every year is different. So the level of respect that I have for you and what y'all did down there in Miami is out of this world, because it's hard to do that. Like it's hard. It's hard to win one, but to come back and do it consecutively, like 1, 2, 3, like that's hard to do, man.